Hi, today I just want to talk about surfaces to paint on, and I just brought up a few options that I want to talk about. First and foremost, I'm going to talk about canvases. This one is particular, I just took a small one to show you. This one is particularly a cotton canvas. It has, it's a medium texture, so it's not fine nor rough. So this is a decent surface to paint on, and it has been already primed, as you could see. The only thing is that when you purchase canvases and they're already primed, make sure, I don't know if you could see the little crack that could form down on the side, or when it's folded, make sure there are none. I don't see anything in here particular, but sometimes if it's too cheap of a canvas, it may have a little cracking on the side, so just watch out for that. And if you get a bigger size, make sure there are spaces for keys to put in to keep it stretched and things like that. So make sure you get the keys either separate for it or it has them attached to it. This one doesn't because it's small. It doesn't need to be stretched. But if it's a bigger size, definitely make sure you have those keys. They're wooden keys. Let me actually show you those keys. So these are wooden keys that you would put into the corners of the canvas. They go, one goes down and the other one goes to the side. I use a silicone hammer to put them in, and when I do so, I cover the back surface with something like a piece of plastic, so when I hit it with a hammer, I don't damage the canvas that I already painted on. So yeah, be careful on that, because once I ripped the canvas by accident and these are pretty thick, so they're pretty sturdy. Art stores actually give them if you purchase canvases. All right, second surface to paint on is a canvas on just a panel. So what it is basically a linen canvas. This one is oil primed linen. It's glued to a cardboard basically, and this is very fine, as you could see. It's very fine surface, and it doesn't soak up the paint when you start painting because it's already primed with oil. But you have to be careful with this. I'm not a crazy fan of these because sometimes I do like that the paint sinks in just a tiny bit, so it's not as slickery to start painting on something else. So yeah, but that's an option. Also, there are cotton canvas stretched on the panel that are just primed with acrylic primer. They might be a little bit better option, but just be careful with how fine they are. Another version is this Jessel board. I love these. These are probably my favorite. These are Emerson, and they're considered a museum series panel. They're considered one of the best for oils or acrylics. Make sure you read them. In the back, they're just black, but the only thing I'm gonna say, you can't pile up the paint right away. It's gonna be too slippery surface, and then be careful, don't chip the corners. They're very easily chipped, so if you drop, make sure they don't chip. But I do love it. They are completely smooth. Also, they do soak in the paint a little bit, but just enough. Okay, this one, as you could see, I'm giving you an example, they're very easily chipped because this is the primer on top and this is the layers of pressed paper in there. So be careful it doesn't happen, but this one just primer chipped, so I let it be, and I'm gonna just cover it with paint when I'm done, and it should be fine. This is another version of a panel. This one's even smoother, as you could see. Very smooth finish, and it says it right here. So it's acrylic primed, ready to use, and then this one is also made for oil and acrylic. I have never tried this panel. I tried a similar one and I loved it as well. Very, very nice. Okay, I want to show you this cotton canvas. This is on the cheaper side canvas. So as you can see, it's very nice. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just thinner, and thicker canvases have actually double frame over here, because canvas is wrapped behind one piece of frame, and then there's another one holding it in place. So those are just a little bit more pricey, but these work as good as the other one. And again, these are the spaces where you put those keys in, as you can see in the corner, to have them stretched. But yeah, this is just a regular cotton canvas primed with acrylic primer. Okay, and now I have my palette next to me, and I have a yellow ochre on my brush, and I want to show you how the paint goes on each surface so you can tell them apart yourself if you like it or not. So let's see, this is the first canvas I showed you. This is a regular cheap cotton canvas, acrylic primed, and it's a medium grit, as you can tell. So if we go just, you know, one coat of paint, nice and even, it goes pretty smooth. And as you can tell, when the paint wears off, it leaves just a little, you know, those white dots. So usually I just like, you know, but pretty much it goes on pretty well. There's no missed spots if you just go with nice and even paint coat, but you have to make sure you cover the surface well. So yeah, that's the canvas. I think it's pretty good. All right, the second surface we're gonna test is Jessel board. This is the one that I told you is my favorite. This has like this blue label on. And so let's test how this goes on. And it goes on, oh, let me get more paint. It goes on pretty smoothly as well, but as you could tell, the paint sinks right in. Can you tell the difference? Yeah, so this is good actually, because it takes in the paint, but it doesn't actually like make it too slippery to paint. So means we can go with underpainting, and then we can go straight on without waiting for it to dry with oil paint. So I like it, but again, it's a preference thing. All right. Another one we have here is the linen oil primed canvas on the panel. And this one is my least favorite, to be honest with you, but see how it goes on pretty evenly, and it's already primed, so the oil does not sink right in. It's just like right there. You can keep on working, you can keep on spreading. These are just couple brush strokes. So yeah, this one's already primed with oil, and you can tell. All right, so this one is good for alla prima paintings as well. And then this is the smoothest one that I told you about. This one is like, as you could tell, look, it does not sink in right away. It stays on the surface because it's so slick. So you can move the paint, you can go ahead and spread it. This is enough for probably half of the painting, this amount of paint on my brush. So see how smooth it is? For somebody it could be too smooth, but sometimes I like things like this. See, I can, that was all, that was just my brush, and I can probably spread it onto entire surface because it does not take anything in. It stays on surface. So yeah, again, it's a preference choice, but I like things like this sometimes to paint on. I think it's great, but not for everybody. So yeah, regular surface, regular canvas. See, I cannot move the paint already since it's been there. This one is my favorite so far because see, it's already half dry, half synced into the panel. Oil primed canvas. You can move paint a little bit more because it's primed with oil already and it doesn't take much paint. This one is the slippery one. So this one you have to be careful. You want to make sure you like working on surfaces like this. Yep, I hope this video was helpful. Please give it a thumbs up. I'll see you next time. Bye.